On this video, I'm going to show you the most powerful techniques to shift to a parallel reality. Right now, everything exists. Every single possibility exists in the quantum field. Past, present, and every future possibilities exist in a parallel reality. And each of these parallel realities has a certain frequency. The version of you who's living his or her best life already exists in a parallel reality. And all you gotta do is to embody that energy, embody the energy of that version of you, embody the vibration, the frequency of that reality. Basically, all you gotta do is tune yourself to the frequency of the reality that you want to shift into. You've probably shifted realities many times in your life, but you aren't just aware of it. Every time that a shift in your energetic field, a shift in your consciousness happens, you shift to a parallel reality that is more reflective of the energy that you're embodying. According to Bashar, all of us live in different realities. Basically, each person has their own reality and we share our realities with those around us. For example, my sister and I are living together and we have this shared experience of life on earth. But the thing is, each of us has our own reality and we perceive this 3D reality based on the energy that we have, based on the frequency that we have, based on the electromagnetic field around our body. Everyone in your life has a different energetic field, even though you are having these shared experiences. But in fact, in deeper level of consciousness, each of you have their own reality and you have a different perception of the same experience. So the life that you want, the reality that you want already exists in a parallel reality. All you gotta do is to tune yourself to the frequency of that reality, to perceive it, to shift to that reality. So now you might ask yourself, how can I embody the energy of that reality that I want to experience? Around our body, there is an electromagnetic field with all the data from our emotional state and our thought patterns. This electromagnetic field is what determines which reality we perceive. This is a concept that has been explored by Bashar, by Dr. Joe Dispenza, by Greg Braden, by many other people in this niche. So if this electromagnetic field around our body is what determines which reality we perceive, and if this electromagnetic field consists of how we think and how we feel, it is obvious that our emotional state and our thought patterns is what creates our reality, is what determines which reality we are going to experience in this 3D earthy realm. By changing our emotional state and silencing negative self-talk, we can shift to a reality that we desire. And it is obvious that we make our decisions based on our thoughts, based on the emotional state that we're in at the moment. And we take action in alignment with those emotions and those thoughts. So all we gotta do here is to change our thought patterns, change the negative self-talk in our head, and change how we feel from moment to moment. And I'm going to show you how you can exactly change your emotional state and shift to a parallel reality that you desire. But first, let me tell you a story about myself, how I shifted to a parallel reality and my whole life changed. It was uncanny how in a really short period of time, my whole life was so different that I remember that I used to think by myself that is this really my life? I feel like I'm living a completely different life, and it was really uncanny how you can shift your life, how you can transform your life in a really short period by simply being in control of your thoughts and emotions. 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with this physical illness. I remember back then, most of the times I used to live in survival mode. Most of the times I had these low vibrational emotions, and I wasn't really aware of that. I wasn't aware of that, how I'm living in a survival mode, how I'm always anxious, how I'm always experiencing these low vibrational emotions, and how it is affecting my physical body. So for a year, I used to take medications, and I could see how much my body is letting me down. And I lost a lot of weight. And right now, when I look at the pictures of myself, like from 4 years ago, I really cannot recognize myself, because I could see how much I was getting worse and worse every day. And you could see that in my face, you could see that in my body. I was losing a lot of weight. So for a year I took medications, but after a year I had to take the test again, and when I got the results and went to my doctor, she told me that the medications has not worked and your physical condition is worse than last year. So at that point I felt like I'm completely lost. I was really hopeless. But then, so she talked to me. She told me that, okay, we're going to try new medications. And she told me that if your body cannot fight this illness, your physical situation is going to be worse and worse. And I remember I just came back home and thinking by myself, and I was in the darkest time of my life, and I was just praying, and I was just talking to God to show me the way. So I was hopeless for a while, but few months passed, and I saw one of my friends, and he recommended a book from Dr. Joe Dispenza called Becoming Supernatural. And I started reading this book and started doing daily meditations. And I could say that my life completely transformed from that moment on. And now I am so grateful that that physical illness happened for me to experience so much love and joy afterwards. So I started doing these daily meditations, and within 3 months I was completely healed. I went to the doctor, I got my results, and it was like I never had this illness. So what happened here? The thing is, what happened was that I started to see myself already as the healthy version of me. I started to already feel healed. At some point, it was really like, it didn't matter for me anymore, because I felt healthy in my body. At first, it was really hard for me, because I felt like maybe I'm lying to myself. Maybe I'm like in denial. But after a while, as I realized that the healthy version of me already exists, the reality in which I'm a healthy person already exists, all I gotta do is to embody that version of me. And I started to do these daily meditations, which was like, in that meditation you felt the feelings, the emotions that you want to experience in this life. It's like you, without the outer circumstances, you provoke these emotions like internally. So at first it was like only in meditation that I could feel these emotions, I could feel that I'm healthy. But after a while of committing to daily meditation, I started to feel healthy like all the time. Even when I wasn't on meditation, I still felt healthy. I still felt already healed in my body. And it was uncanny how in 3 months I was completely healed. And like, I was fascinated. My doctor was fascinated. That was when actually I started to believe, like, with all my being. Because before that, it was like an idea, but I haven't really experienced it for myself. But after this experience, this amazing experience, it was so obvious for me that what changed was my emotional state. So I shifted into a parallel reality that I'm already healthy, that I'm a healthy person. And not to mention that after like couple of weeks I moved to another city and I was living a completely different life. And the love, the joy, and the abundance I felt inside me was so rewarding. So, after like a really short period of time, my life, not only I was completely healed, but also I was living a completely different life that sometimes I would wonder, is this my life? Is this a dream? You would be surprised how in a short period of time it can happen. And if you commit to this process, I promise you, your life will be transformed in shorter time that you can imagine. And your life will be so different that you really can feel that you're in a different reality. You can feel it. You know it inside your body that you're not living the same life and you're not in the same reality. And it can happen so fast that you would be like fascinated. So all you gotta do is to write down in detail that what your ideal life would look like. I want you to be as specific as possible and write down how your life would look like in that reality. And then I want you to make a list of how you would feel in that reality, how you would feel inside your body, how you would feel in your relationships, how you would feel about your job. Write down all the emotions that you're going to experience in this reality. For example, you would say that, okay, I want to have this kind of job. So, and this kind of job makes me feel secure, makes me feel confident, makes me feel satisfied with myself, makes me feel a great deal of joy. So write down the list and write down in details that how your life would look like in this parallel reality. And I'm telling you, this reality, this parallel reality already exists. It's all about you tuning yourself to that reality so you would perceive it. So now, the next thing that I want you to do is to, as soon as you wake up, remind yourself, read this list that how your life would look like and how you want to feel in this reality. Read this list and go into a meditation, a short meditation, and try to make yourself feel those emotions and try to embody that energy. And also, before you want to go to bed, again, read this list. Read how you want to feel and just try to feel that in your body. At first, it might not be as easy, but if you do that enough times, you start to feel these emotions in your body, and it's like you already are in that reality. And also be aware of the fact that this parallel reality that you want to shift into already exists. Also, I got a meditation for you to make yourself feel these emotions and provoke these emotions internally and shift into a parallel reality that you desire. This is a meditation that I did myself and my life transformed in shorter time that I could imagine. And if you commit to this process, if you do this meditation every morning as you wake up and every time you want to go to bed, or if you don't have like enough time, just as you wake up or just once a day as you want to sleep, whatever works for you, do this meditation daily and see how much your life can change. This meditation is based on what I did for myself, that I shifted to a reality that I was healthy and my whole world was transformed in less than I don't know, 6 months. And if you commit to this process, if you commit to this daily meditation, if you cannot do it twice a day, do it just once a day as you wake up or just before you want to go to bed, and see how much your life can be transformed in a really short period of time. I put the link of this meditation down below in the description box. Make sure to check that. Thank you so much for watching this video. Peace, much love, and namaste.